All right, welcome back. So these are going to be fun because these are real life examples and I can show you exactly how I put some of those 13 extra ways to make money to use. And I think and I hope it'll bring everything together for you. Okay, without any further delay, let's look at this next slide. Okay, so here's an example. 220 Southwest 18th Street, Pompano Beach, and this is what it looked like on the way in. So my all-in purchase price was $70,000 and change. My after repaired value was $135,000. I purchased this at a tax deed sale. The sale was held on April 13th, 2016. I know it was a long time ago, but this is one I have pictures of. And this is a story of Miss Shirley. She was my best and my greatest adversary as the occupant. Man, she ran circles around me. And I like to hail her whenever I do this training because, man, she kicked the dog do out of me. So with regard to getting possession, I self-initiated an eviction lawsuit for $250,000. And the steps I took to clear title says here clear to sell, but it wasn't. It was I think it was a lawsuit. But we'll listen. You gotta follow your instruments. I did clear to sell. Let's see on the next slide. Okay, so here's a picture of the front. If you can believe it, this is a picture of the front of the house. Looked pretty rough to me. I mean, I bought it. I wasn't afraid of the junk. And the house looks relatively decent. The roof, I can't really tell too much from the roof in the photo, but I don't remember being too afraid of it. Especially at the 50 grand my number was. This is a close-up of the stuff in the backyard. Now, the problem I really got here is that if you see a front yard and a backyard like this, people usually keep their houses the same way on the inside as they keep it on the outside. So you can't tell me that someone that keeps their yard like this, that their house is going to be all straight. So, listen, that's what it is. All right, so let's go to the next slide. I'm just leaving these up here so you guys can appreciate the deck that was there. Okay, here's the side yard. And she had dog cages, and dog cages usually mean dogs, and dogs usually mean fleas, and dogs also mean poop everywhere, and dog also means dog smelling the carpet. So dogs are not good for me as an investor. They're not good for you either. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. And here's the other side. Here's a wrecked car. Look at how big that car is, man. That car was a 1980 something. Look at how wide that thing was. Anyways, here's a big screen TV. Here's a sink. Could I think that maybe the inside sink was fixed and here's the old one? I could, but I'm not stupid. And this is the other side yard. This must be where they eat because it's the cleanest. At least they can have some chairs there. But listen, I don't really have any high hopes for the inside of this house. But here is it at the end of the day. This is the front. As you can tell, we had to put a brand new roof on that sucker because it was shingle going in. Here's the backyard. Why did I put a tile roof on that house? I don't remember. But a tile roof don't belong in that house. So here's the backyard. Here's the bathroom after it's all rehabbed. Nice and pretty. Same with the inside. Nice and pretty. Here's my new kitchen. Looks nice. Typical Home Depot lights, right? So she's looking pretty. Fake wood floors in the master. Pretty nice. Look at that yard. New fence and everything. All right, let's see what it costs me. Okay, here's on the way out. So there were city and municipal liens that claimed the entire surplus. There was a $41,000 surplus. And man, did I have my eye on that. But carrying it and the rehab cost me $71,000. Where's the pen? I don't even know. Oh, there it is. So it cost me $71,000 to carry and rehab. Well, you could tell that was a big rehab because of the roof. I sold it for 205, even though it appraised for 190. That was kind of fun. I think the buyer came in with some extra cash. So my total cost to buy it and my carry was 141 and change, and I made a reasonable profit of almost 50 grand. It took me a long time to do it, and Miss Shirley, she was tough. She made me promises. She broke my heart several times, but listen, she was a homeowner in distress. So that's the way it looked in the way out. I still made 50 grand. It was a good day. Let's go to the next day. Okay, so here's a recap. I was offered $90,000. Somebody wanted to offer me $90,000, but I had obstacles. I couldn't give him title. I couldn't give him possession. I started the rehab before occupancy because the municipal fines were going up every day. So Miss Shirley was kind enough to let us go in and start doing the rehab for the items that were being affected by the municipal fines. And that was mostly the garbage and the fence. So evidently I must have known that the liens were going to outstrip the surplus amount. So I went ahead with clear to sell, because it got me a quicker result. Unfortunately, there's no surplus available, but I still had a nice day. $48,000 profit on that thing, and my contractor made a lot of money on it also, didn't he? Okay, so here's my next real life example, and I love that punum. Look at that face. Okay, next one is 3348 Northway 17 Court on the way in. My purchase price was $53,000. Should I use the pen? I think I like using the pen. My purchase price on the way in is $58,000. After sale number was $125. So my guess is I was looking at about less than 50% is what I wanted to pay for this thing. Looks like less than 60% almost. It's a tax deed sale where I bought it. I bought it in May 18, 2016. And I took steps to quiet title by filing a lawsuit. And you're going to see why in just a second. There she is. Look at that 1980s Cadillac or something, man. So here's the beauty. A little dark. A little beauty. Now, I also suspected I had a small roof leak that had to be addressed. And there it is. It's a skylight, I guess. Rotten wood. You name it. Something's wrong with it. And here's that kitchen. Look at that baby. Because that leak is right here. Here's the leak right there. And every time it rained, everything came down and it made everything worse. So that was nasty. That's terrible. But listen, what do you expect you're going to get at a tax deed sale? You're not going to get a princess. You're going to get a toad. Okay, so let's see the next one. This is more of that ceiling. So I think I need a roof on this house. What do you think? I can't even tell what room this is. That's either a window or an AC. I don't know. And see, here's all kind of black mold in there. That was terrible. Had to remunerate all that. Okay, so I guess this looks to me to be when the contractor had already cleaned out all the stuff, because those are studs, and they're old-time studs, too. You can tell. They're pressure-treated, and those are solid pieces of wood. And this must be, like I said, when the contractor's in putting some stuff up, because I may or may not either had the time or I could walk in that room before when they started doing the work. Yeah, this is clearly on the way with the rehab being finished, because it's nice and clean now. This is one of the bedrooms. That's still a before picture. And this is after. Now, this picture doesn't do a lot of justice to the house, but it's a nice looking front. It didn't have the curb appeal that I would have liked, because I don't want to spend money on any shrubs. But here's that old bedroom with the windows that we saw. Here's the beautiful floor in one of the bedrooms, probably the master. Look at that kitchen, huh? Now we're talking all Home Depot stuff. And here we got, let's talk numbers now. So I've got rehab and carrying cost are 63 grand. So mind you, that carrying cost includes my monthly payment on my in number. I think I paid 50 something, 53. So I had to pay interest on that during the month. I don't pay at the end of the deal. I have to pay monthly. So this is some of my interest, but the bulk of it is the rehab. And unfortunately, you know what? When you pay rehab money, you got to pay it out of your pocket right now. Your contractor has to pay his boys. So in any event, I wasn't real happy about that, but it was okay. Sold it for $164. My total cost and carry was $117, and I made less money on this deal than I made with Miss Shirley. But there's more. Sit tight. It gets good, or better anyways. Here's a recap. The surplus was $34,600. City of Lauderhill claimed $8,000 of it, and I worked with the city assistant attorney, what's her name? Angel Petty, a good friend of mine. And that left $26,000. I split it with the owner 50-50, so the owner made $13,000, I made $13,000. So the profit on the sale was $46,000, but I added on another $13,000 from the profit on my surplus to total $59,000, almost $60,000. And it worked just like I told you. I filed the quiet title lawsuit with a lawyer. He includes a clause or what do they call those? A count in the complaint, not only to clear my title, but to allow the court to make a determination on who's entitled to the surplus. The mortgagee defaulted, and Yahoo, when that order was entered, I was walking on air. I was 9 feet over ground because I just made an extra $13,000 just because I structured my quiet title lawsuit properly. So I hope you learned something from this. And I hope I can help each and every one of you when it comes time to fashion your quiet title lawsuits. Because like I said, if you purchase this in premium package, you're getting coaching. We're going to be talking. And I'm going to make you such a great tax deed investor that nobody's going to recognize you. You're going to move right to the top of your sphere of influence. People will be coming to you to answer questions. And just like the guy in Fiddler on the Roof says, listen, if you have money, people don't even care whether you know or not. They just know that you have money. So in any event, I think that's it for the training. I have a couple of videos at the end where I say goodbye formally, but I hope to see you on another training. I hope you appreciate this, and I hope you apply what you learned. Anyways, this is Alfred Einstein signing off. I'll see you again some other time. Thank you again.